So Broken Dreams, I started working on the project after I got off tour with Portugal the Man. This was in 2017. And my process was pretty much, which has been the process for my last 2 projects, right? Is me writing everything that I went through in whatever the time frame was for my last project. And then from that list, breaking those down to like, all right, well, what can be actual like lessons or morals, whatever it may be. And from that list, that's my track list. Like now I'm breaking it down like, okay, cool, I have the track list down. And then from finding the track list, it's now, all right, well, what does the intro sound like? Like what does gross versus net, what does that sound like? So these types of things. And then Broken Dreams itself, the title actually has 3 different meanings. There's broken dream, which is like the word broken and then the word dream. And that was just through me growing up and realizing that like a lot of the ideologies that I might have grown up on or these things that I held on to as a kid, they weren't necessarily the right ways of thinking. You know what I mean? That you realize you have a lot of broken ideologies. And then just dream from the fact that it's like this project takes place with me being so close to my dreams, being on the road with Portugal the Man and all these things. Then there's BrokeN Dream, which is on the road with them. Like they paid me way more than I was supposed to, but obviously the way tour works is like they pay you after the show. So we had to front a lot of my homie Matt, he fronted the tour. Shout out to him, much love to him. But yeah, he fronted the tour and we obviously weren't living like the super high life, but it was the idea that we're here close to this dream, but we're still broke trying to figure it out. And even when I came off the road, I was like thinking, oh, we had projections. We about to make X amount of thousands of dollars, and to come home to be completely broke, it was like, whoa, this is different, you know? And then there's Broken Dream, which is just stems from me getting older. And like, there's a lot of people that were either rapping with me at one point or just people that I know were trying to do more unconventional jobs, whatever it may be. And now that we're getting older, it's kind of like, all right, you know what? It's time for me to get realistic, or, you know, time for me to go back to school, time for me to go get a real job, all these types of things. So I just think that just comes with time, you know, some people's dreams become broken. So and those are all things that I just shove into this project, you know what I mean? It's just compacted into that project. Sonically, the direction that I took with the project is me being on the road, essentially, you know? So when I'm on the road, I'm listening to a plethora of music. So 2017 is what Kendrick's album came out around the time. Joey's album dropped, Gold Link album. And then just being that we were in different states, we were just listening to the music of that state. So when we were in New Orleans, I remember I was listening to Bling Bling, like on repeat, damn near, you know? When we were in LA, listening to Pop Crazy, Jack Johnson, like there's a specific moment I remember in DC, me and my homie Kabe, we were just up at like 4 a.m. listening to Jack Johnson's album and the Phrase album. Like, so it's just all these different types of music that I'm listening to while just being out on the road. And I wanted the music on the project to reflect that, like not for it to feel like it's this one specific sound. Like I wanted it to reflect all the different pockets that I'm in while I'm just in my headphones free, you know what I mean? Like just living that road lifestyle. A moment for me was in the creation of Superheroes. So that record probably has maybe 2 or 3 references, because like that's being that I have the track list first, it's usually I'll make a record around that song, but like maybe I don't like it. But since the track list is laid out, it's like you can't scrap the song because it tells this story. So it's like, all right, well, go back to the drawing board, figure out another one. And with Superheroes, I had this different arrangement of the piano, and the melody was a lot different that I wrote, and it just wasn't hitting. But by like the 3rd go around, I got the chords how I wanted them, the drums were hitting how I wanted it, and I was just in search of the right singer. It was like I did the reference for the vocal, and I'm just like, obviously I can't do this. Like I'm hearing it, I'm like, no, it needs to be this light, fluffy voice. And I had one of my homies come cut the record, and she did it really dope, but it just wasn't it, you know? And I probably went through like 7 different people trying to like get in contact with them, whatever. it was. But Rhodes actually was the one that ended up coming through, and I ended up going to her spot. She lives in Brooklyn. And it was just, she has a really cool, just like loft type of spot. And we were up in her studio and she cut it. And it was just one of those moments like, yo, this is actually like coming to life. Like I remember the feeling like, yo, this is happening. And that was like a super proud moment in making that record, was, you know, hearing her actually sing these words that I wrote. And it was like, yo, this is the moment. So shout out to her. Rose killed that.